The Indiana Fever are currently on a 4-game winning streak. They look significantly better now than at the start of the season. They are playing with a lot more chemistry. There's more than 1 or 2 players playing well each night, and their defense has significantly improved. The Indiana Fever are on pace to make the playoffs. But will they? Let's look into it. There's 6 playoff spots that are pretty much set in stone, unless there's an unexpected major injury. Those teams are the Las Vegas Aces, Connecticut Sun, New York Liberty, Seattle Storm, Phoenix Mercury, and the Minnesota Lynx. There are 3 teams we can be all but certain count on them missing the playoffs. Those 3 teams are the Washington Mystics, Sparks, and the Dallas Wings. Even if Satu is able to come back after the Olympic break like Dallas hopes, it will most likely be too late for it to matter anyway. The rate they are losing at is way too high, so that leaves us with 2 playoff spots and 3 teams. Those 3 are the Chicago Sky Atlanta Dream, and of course the Indiana Fever. Tomorrow the Indiana Fever plays the Chicago Sky. This game has major playoff implications. If Indiana wins, they will have the tiebreaker advantage over the Sky, because they will have beaten them at least 3 out of the 4 times they will play each other. So in other words, the Fever's playoffs chances are very good, and I do think they will end up making it. They are beating all the teams they are supposed to beat. The Indiana Fever look like a mid-level team, which makes perfect sense considering the youth and talent on the roster. The Indiana Fever have lost 10 times, but only one of those losses was against a team that's below 500, and that was the LA Sparks. Going back to the Sky game, another reason why it's important for them to win that game is the tough stretch they have afterwards. After Chicago, they play Seattle, Phoenix, Vegas, and New York. This can easily turn into a nasty 4 to 5 game losing streak. But even with that, I think Indiana is in a better position to make the playoffs than Atlanta or Chicago. The Atlanta Dream have been a bubble playoff team with Ryan Howard, but now she's out indefinitely. Jordan Canada coming back will be a huge help, but it's still going to be a tough battle. And I like Indiana's playoff chances more than Chicago's for 2 reasons. For one, they currently have the head-to-head advantage. The second reason being is that the Sky have a harder remaining schedule, because the Indiana Fever had its most brutal stretch early in the season. It's a slight difference in the toughness of the schedule, but a small difference is huge in a tight playoff race. The biggest hurdle standing in the way of Indiana making the playoffs is that Lynn Dunn and Christy Sides may feel compelled to miss the playoffs for a chance at Paige Beckers. Hopefully this isn't their mindset, as the team already has a good enough core, but who knows. My prediction is that Indiana secures the 7th seed, and the Dream and Sky will battle for the last playoff spot. But I'm curious what your thoughts on this are. Is Indiana on pace to make the playoffs, or was the win streak just a fluke? As always, thanks for watching.